Hey, what up, everybody? Cody coming at you with another video for KO Cards. Today we're going to be covering the deck that I played at the Peoria, Illinois Regionals. After an intense, 5 seconds of deliberation, I was like, yeah, let's play Lugia. I think it was a really good call for the event. I expected a fair amount of Miraidon and a really decent turnout for Lost Box. I thought some of the newer, less experienced players might try something like Tina Lost Box or even Arc Tina, and my matchups with the Mew with that are pretty favorable as well. So I ran about 100, 150 games, and I felt really, really comfortable with the list. And I didn't make day 2, but top 256 still feels really good. I knocked myself out of day 2. If you want, stay tuned and you'll figure out why. I'm going to leave a really quick picture of the deck list for people that just want to take that and then bounce. But thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Alright, let's get into it. So, for Peoria, we did play 3 Lugia V Star, 4 Lugia V, 4 Archeops, played 1 Mew EX, 2 Snorlax, 2 Lumineon V, 1 Drapion V, 1 Luxray, 1 Dunsparce, and 1 Pumpkaboo. For the supporters, we played 4 Boss's Orders, 3 Professor's Research, 2 Iono, 1 Professor Burnett, and 1 Zinnia's Resolve. For the items, we played 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Capturing Aroma, 2 Great Ball, and 1 Nest Ball. And Stadiums was just 2 Collapse Stadium. I did not miss Messagoza at all. Energies was 4 Double Turbo, 4 Gift, 3 Jet, 2 Therapeutic, 2 V-Guard, and 1 Reversal. And this was the 60 that got me to, 223rd place. That's a 5-2-2 record, 30 points in the book. Very happy with the results. So my matchups on the day, round 1, I played against a Rapid Strike box deck, and I got a tie. Game 1, I should have scooped. I opened quite poorly, and he turned to Yoga Looped my Dunsparce that I opened, and I tried playing it out because it's a pretty favorable matchup, but couldn't quite get there because the following turn he set up his Urshifu, so he could take out both chops when I got those into play. Very unfortunate. Game 2, pretty convincing victory, and we didn't have time to finish Game 3, so it ended in a draw. Round 2 was against Chempao. Pretty convincing 2-0. I think it's favorable for Lugia by quite a bit. Round 3, we played against Mirror Match Lugia. Dude was a really, really good player. Game 1, he bricked a little bit. Game 2, I bricked super hard. Game 3 was a good game. We were able to get there thanks to the utilization of Clap Stadium and Snorlaxes. I think we did try to go for the Luxray Game 2, and the Luxray was prized. I didn't want to give up the reversal, but probably should have just forewent that strategy. I might have won Game 2 and wouldn't even had to worry about a Game 3. Round 4 is against Jesse Spencer. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the player or not. He's amazing at a lot of different trading card games. I think he's got his hand in some One Piece. I know he topped numerous Digimon regionals, including winning at least 2. Good Melga player. Gotta love Melga. He was playing against Guardy. He got me Game 1. It was very, very convincing that it was an unfortunate matchup, but it is what it is. Drapion was prized. Game 2, trying to play for the tie. We almost got there. It's super, super funny. I had the ability to take a knockout to win the game, to get my last 2 prizes on his Gardevoir, even though my Drapion was my last, one of the last 2 prizes yet again. I played a 7-card hand down to 0. I benched the Mew EX, and I tried benching a third Lugia V star or Lugia V on the last turn of the game, and then realized that I had Collapse Stadium in play, so I actually had to pick up that last Lugia V that I put down and use Restart with Mew EX to draw 3 cards, but in reality I would only draw 2. So I caught it before I did it. I drew 2 and whiffed the boss. I think I had like 5 or 6 cards left in deck, and so homie reached across and flipped the next card on the deck, and it was boss's orders. So had I not had Collapse Stadium in play and I was able to restart for 3, I would have gotten the game and it would have ended in a tie. But shout out Jesse, super good player. Happy you made day 2. Looks like his ending record on the event was 10-1-4. That's probably a top 16 record if you ask me. I'll have to look later. Round 5, we played against a Mew. Pretty convincing matchup. Drapion puts in real work. I didn't even have to use Drapion game 1. Game 2, just threw down Drapion, put Jet on him, sent him up, took 3, bust up a Genesect for game. It was a typical Mew matchup for Lugia as long as you are respecting Mew and keeping the Drapion in for Gardevoir. Round 6 was against Charizard. I was very scared of Charizard going into the event. I think Charizard is a very good deck, even if you are an amazing player, and the Charizard player is a good player. It's still pretty close to 50-50 if you ask me. Maybe it's because I'm not as pro as some of the other Pokemon players, but yeah, dude was really, really good player. I got game 1 on him. We had like 2 or 3 minutes on the clock going into the end of game 2. I felt pretty confident. He Iono'd me into nothing, and I forgot to put a gift energy on my Lugia because I was scared of, I think it was an Arceus coming up and gusting a knockout, so I had a V-Guard on there. So when he Iono'd me and then took out the knock, I whiffed drawing any cards. Also, good play on bossing the chops. So he got game 2, did not have any time for a game 3, so that ended in a tie. Round 7, I played against another Rapid Strike box deck. Game 1, I took a knockout on turn 2 versus Luminion with a Drapion, and I forgot to take my prizes. So then he proceeded his turn, and Iono'd me, and I realized after drawing 6 that I had forgotten to take my prizes, and we were able to reverse the game state, but I still got a 2-prize penalty. It was looking a little unfortunate, so I just scooped. Game 2, the homie tried to Yoga Loop my Snorlax, and you can't do that, and he picked up his cards on the spot. Game 3, we went into it. I think we had like 18 minutes left on the clock. I opened pretty good, started setting up pretty good. We whiffed an energy attachment, which did set us a little bit behind. I think he then was able to capitalize on a Cheryl play, and it kind of slowed me down. So before game 3 even started, we did a little gentleman's agreement. Whoever had more prizes at one time was called, or after turns would take it. And the guy got a cheeky little knockout on a Lugia V-Star on the bench that I didn't see coming with a Alakazam and a Double Gunner. So he went down from 5 to 3, and I was still sitting at 4. So gave him the win. Looks like his ending record on the day, or for the event, I'm sorry, was 6-3-3. So he also made day 2. Congrats, dog. Proud of you. That's cool. So it looks like 3 of my opponents, both my losses, which one would have been a tie, and my other tie, that wasn't the first round Rapid Strike player, all made day 2. So awesome, guys. Proud of you. Round 8 was against Palkia. That was pretty... it was tough. Game 1, he bricked. I opened amazing. Game 2, it was pretty back and forth, but we ended up getting there. And round 9 was against Andrew Weiss. He's a really, really good player. He was on Miraidon. I'm very, very happy that I had the Dunny in the list, even though it cost me an early tie in the tournament. I did think Miraidon was going to be a very strong play for the event. I did end up 2-0ing him. It was a very good set on his part. I know he whiffed a little bit in game 2. I couldn't have opened any better if I picked my own cards out of the deck. But it was a great tournament. Had an awesome time. I believe this is my best finish at a regionals. Looking forward to doing even better in the following regionals to come. I'm going to attempt either Knoxville or possibly, well, I think it was Portland. I can't really remember. But I will definitely be at Indianapolis, and I'm going to do everything I can to go to NAIC in, was it New Orleans? Yeah, I'd be down to check out New Orleans. Closing thoughts on the event. I think Colorless Lugia was a great call for the event. Even moving forward with Lost Box winning, I think there was 2 Lost Box in the finals. One was a Kyogre build. You had to kind of be on point when you play against a Kyogre build. But other than that, Lost Box is a pretty easy matchup for this deck. Even if they are a good player, as long as you don't overbench, you should be all right. So yeah, I would definitely keep Colorless Lugia in the backpack if you have events coming up. I tried getting into the Cup on Sunday. I don't know if I clicked on it like right at 7 o'clock or whatever. It said that they were sold out already, and I assumed that was the case, and I was exhausted. So I went right back to bed. Apparently people were still getting in at like 7:30, so I missed that. So I figured I'd use up the rest of my prize wall tickets that I purchased on Friday. So I jumped in a double point grabber, or I did 2 double point grabbers and win a box. Played against Charizard Glade round 1, and they had the answers, and I prized too many energies. Then the next double point grabber, I ended up going undefeated, and Winnabox, I also went undefeated in the Winnabox. Shout out Jose Marrero, super good player for Ultimate Spice Gaming out of Cali. Yeah, it was a good set. I wish we could have gotten a set. It was a good best of 1 though. For those events, I actually did make a couple of quick changes. I threw in a second Mew EX, and I cut the Luxray. I also threw in a Squawk ability. I cut the Zinnia's Resolve and threw in a second Burnett, and I did cut a V-Guard Energy. So this is the list that I played in the side events, and with Squawk ability kind of like mimicking the use of Zinnia's Resolve on turn 1 going first felt really strong. And then Burnett, if you go second, turn 1, I believe is probably the most successful supporter that you can play. And the V-Guard energy was just like the worst energy on the day. It helped in the Rapid Strike matchups that I played against, but it didn't actually fix anything. It kind of helped in the Lugia Mirror, but it's whatever. But yeah, the V-Guard was definitely the worst on the day. I was actually going to cut the Reversal, even because I cut the Luxray, but I know it is still relevant for Chops, which does help your Charizard matchup, and it's basic colorless. Like, yeah, that's all I have to say on the tournament. I really appreciate you guys checking out the channel. Once again, I invite you to consider subscribing, liking the video, maybe leaving a comment if you have any questions on how Lugia can be piloted now or in the future. I am a very big Lugia enthusiast. But yeah, thank you guys again. Peace.